George W. Bush. In the 2000 election, Bush and his running mate Dick Cheney, a former congressman and U.S. Defense Secretary under George H.W. Bush, defeated Vice President Al Gore and his running mate U.S. Senator Joe Lieberman of Connecticut by a margin of 271 to 266 electoral votes, though Gore won through the popular vote by 48.4% to Bush's 47.9%. The 2000 election was the fourth election in U.S. history in which the winner of the electoral votes did not carry the popular vote. Bush's first term in the White House was dominated by the September 11, 2001 terrorist attack against America, in which nearly 3,000 people were killed. In the months following the attack, the United States invaded Afghanistan in an attempt to overthrow the Taliban government. The Taliban were suspected of harboring Osama bin Laden, leader of the Al-Qaeda, an organization responsible for 9/11. The Taliban were stopped quickly, but Osama bin Laden was not captured for at least another decade. With the goal of protecting the United States from future terrorist attack, Bush also signed the Patriot Act into law, which created the cabinet-level Department of Homeland Security, which was established in November 2002. In the spring of 2003, the United States invaded Iraq in order to overthrow leader Saddam Hussein, whose regime was accused of supporting international terrorist groups and possessing large numbers of weapons of mass destruction. In 2003, the United States forces captured Hussein, but no weapons of mass destruction were ever discovered. Also in his first term, Bush won congressional approval of the widespread tax cut bills and the Medicare prescription drug coverage program for seniors. He signed the No Child Left Behind Act into law. He allocated billions of dollars to fight HIV and AIDS around the world. He created the White House Office of Faith-Based and Community Initiatives and withdrew America's support of the 1997 Kyoto Protocol, which was signed by President Bill Clinton. Bush ran for re-election in 2004 and defeated Democratic challenger John Kerry. He won by a margin of 286 to 251 electoral votes, with a 50.7% of the popular votes to Kerry's 48.3%. Bush enjoyed a strong public approval ratings throughout most of his first term. However, during his second term, his popularity plummeted. Critics said Bush had used misleading claims about Iraq's weapons of mass destruction as a justification for the invasion of the Middle Eastern nation. The Bush administration was widely criticized for its slow response to the disaster of Hurricane Katrina, which happened in 2005, where 1,800 people were killed. A troubled economy also contributed to the Americans' dissatisfaction with Bush. He began his presidency with a federal budget surplus. However, factors such as an enormous cost of fighting two wars and the broad tax cuts led to the annual budget deficit starting in 2002. Then, in 2008, with America experiencing its worst financial crisis since the Great Depression, Congress passed a series of controversial Bush administration-sponsored plans to bail out the financial industry with hundreds of billions in federal funds. Bush also lobbied unsuccessfully for a plan to replace Social Security with private retirement saving accounts. Throughout both terms, Bush rarely wavered from his stance as a social conservative. He made two nominations to the U.S. Supreme Court, both in 2005, Chief Justice John Roberts and Samuel Alito, both regarded as judicial conservatives. Following the January 2009 presidential inauguration of Barack Obama, Bush left office as a polarizing figure. George W. Bush. Thank you for listening.